Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be showing you how easy it is to add an additional login provider to Web3.Unity. And for this video, I've chosen Web3.Auth. Why Web3.Auth? It provides a Web2-like login process. There is plenty of providers supported out of the box, like Facebook, Google, X, Discord, Reddit, and others. And as I said, and kinda to presume on it provides a Web2-like login process, if you configure it accordingly, the user can even be unaware that they're inside of a Web3 game. Now let's go to our docs, where we're going to copy and paste the Git URL for the Web3.Auth login provider. Inside of our Getting Started in the SDK documentation, we can select this Web3.Auth login provider Git URL, go back into Unity, go to Window, Package Manager, add package from Git URL, and paste in Web3.Auth login provider Git URL. When we click on Add, after a couple of seconds, the package will be imported and successfully installed. Now let's click on Web3.Unity. Inside of there, in the connection handler script, in the connection providers, we now got the Web3.Auth login provider as an option. Let's click on Add Provider, and immediately we get the fields from the Web3.Auth connection provider scriptable object. In our documentation, you will see how to acquire the client ID. Redirect URI might not be necessary for you, but I will add that one as well. And since we're on Sepolia by default, I'm using testnet here. Let me quickly pause the video and fill out client ID and redirect URI. Okay, I have filled both of those fields successfully. Our Web3.Unity test script looks exactly the same as it was before. Now in the Web3.Auth config, we have this toggle enable wallet GUI. So let's toggle it to true. Let's click on play so that we can demonstrate how wallet GUI actually works. When I click on connect, Web3.Auth and Wallet Connect providers appear on the screen. And Web3.Auth has plenty of providers to choose from. I will sign into Google and we'll get back to the video. Okay, I have successfully authenticated myself to Google, and immediately I got the sign request inside of our Web3.Auth wallet GUI. And why is that? Well, if you remember from the previous video in the Web3.Unity test, we have this method that gets called once Web3 instance gets initialized, and we get the wallet bound to the Web3 instance. And since the transfer method is writing things to the blockchain, same as in the regular Web3 wallets, we have added the option for you to approve or decline any transactions that are actually changing the blockchain state. Let me accept this for the demonstration purposes. After I have accepted, I'm getting the transaction hash as well as the link to the block explorer. And in the block explorer, you can see the transaction status. Now here you can also add some other custom tokens so that you can check the balance of those tokens as well. And you also have this native tokens. This is Sepolia ETH. I don't have that much mainnet Ethereum, so this is not worth anything. Also you can, or if you want, you can reveal your private key. So maybe you can then add it to a wallet. But let's say that most of the time Web3.Auth will be used by non-crypto savvy users. So the best approach there is actually to just disable wallet GUI, and the transaction itself will automatically get approved. As you see, we logged in automatically, and after a couple of seconds, the transfer happened should appear in here. And as you can see, I'm getting this transfer happened inside of our console. Now there is one important thing that I want to discuss, and that is how Web3.Auth actually generates public and private key pairs so that you can be aware on how to use it. Essentially, public-private key pairs are being generated based on two things: the client ID and the login provider plus the email or username that you have used there. For example, if you're using the same email for your Facebook account and for your Google account, and you're using the same client ID, Web3.Auth will generate a different public-private key pair. But for example, if you use different client ID and you log into Web3.Auth using the same method like your Google email, your public-private key pair will also be different. So be very mindful about that. And what I would recommend you is to actually use the same client ID across all of the games that you are developing. Now in the next videos, we will explore a new feature inside of the Web3.Unity, and that is the ABI to C# contract generator, and consequentially we will also introduce you to the concept of blockchain events and how easy it is to listen to the events that are happening on the blockchain using our Web3.Unity SDK.